In celebration of its global 60th anniversary, Netafim Southern and East Africa is joining us in studio to share Netafim knowledge. It's all about driving the adoption of precision irrigation and broadcasting its advantages. The many advantages of precision irrigation, however, quickly diminish when systems are not properly designed, operated, or maintained. Without preventative maintenance, issues such as dripper blockages and flow rate inconsistencies can rise, often silently and cumulatively, leading to significant losses. Jovan Erasmus, agronomist for Netafim, joins us in studio today. Jovan, welcome. Based on Netafim's experience in the field, you have 3 benefits that are core to successful drip irrigation maintenance to ensure drip irrigation system longevity. What are they?
So thank you for having me, Lisa. First of all, we believe that proactive preventative maintenance always triumphs over your corrective approaches. And then we believe that you need to do regular water analysis. I always recommend to do 2 in a season, 1 in your dry season and 1 in your wet season, because the water quality differs. And then when designing a system, make sure that you have easy maintenance embedded into that system design.
Why is preventative maintenance so important in drip irrigation?
So to prevent any issues or system breakdowns is always a lot less expensive than it is to repair stuff. So we like to prevent the drippers from clogging, because it is a lot more devious and expensive to do chemical treatments and things like that to maintain your systems after they've clogged.
Jovan, we know now that drip irrigation maintenance is about much more than preventing dripper clogging. Please share a few steps and tips and tricks towards having a holistic and structured maintenance routine.
When we look at a structured, holistic approach for system maintenance, we must always take into account that a drip irrigation system comprises of different components. It's not only the dripper lines. So we recommend to have some weekly, monthly, or seasonal checks in place to ensure that your system is running up to spec and as efficiently as possible. So when we look at your weekly checks, we would like to, most importantly, do flushing. In my opinion, 80% of drip maintenance is correct flushing. And when you flush, it's important to do it right. Otherwise, it doesn't help. And then we need to check for general wear and tear on a system. Is there any leaks? Is there any stuff that can cause inefficiencies that we can rectify? And then we need to also check that our pressures before and after our filters are in a good spec. Then there are some seasonal checks that we recommend, and some of it is to check your block valve pressures to see if that is in spec, and then also the pressures at the end of the drip lines. Another check is to see that your dripper flow rates are still what they should be, and also to cut open some drippers to visually inspect if there are some dirt buildup or residues and things like that. When you find issues like that, you can look at chemical treatments to rectify your problems.
Now, preventative maintenance also includes taking certain precautions during the installation of drip irrigation. Won't you elaborate?
So when you install a drip irrigation system, it's always important to take in consideration when the system is designed that you want to be able to do easy maintenance. And that includes putting the right chemical injection points in place, and then also having the correct vacuum valves, and then also flushing valves. Then we also recommend doing water analysis before you start planning your system. In that way, Netafim can look at your water quality and suggest the correct maintenance protocol that will suit your situation. And when installing the system physically, there's always going to be some dirt that flushes into your system while installing. So take very great care when installing your main lines, your sub-main lines, and your dripper lines, that you try to prevent dirt from getting into your system. But upon the first startup of that system, do a very proper flush of the system to prevent any physical clogging of that irrigation system.
Why are visual inspections and routine checks so important?
Visual inspections like checking your system's flow rates on water meters and checking your filter pressures and also your block valves pressures, and checks for signs of general wear and tear are important to pick up problems before they cause a system breakdown. So you can proactively fix and rectify those problems before it causes you financial harm, and then obviously have greater impacts on your longevity of your entire system.
Jovan, we haven't spoken about chemical treatments. Share some insight into the role of chemical treatments in drip maintenance.
So firstly, we need to take a look at what causes dripper clogging. So there are three things mainly: physical, chemical, and biological. When looking at physical clogging, we can use filtration and proper flushing to prevent cloggings in that sense. And then chemical cloggings are mainly due to the buildup of carbonates or phosphates or sometimes iron or manganese that deposits in your system. And we make use of proper acid treatments to overcome those issues. Now, in acid treatment, it is very important to get your pH to between 2 and 3 in the irrigation system for 10 minutes, thereafter flushing it out. And then when we look at biological issues, we generally want to do hydrogen peroxide treatments because that is generally deposits caused by organic matter. For the peroxide, what we'll do is we'll have the specific dosage that is required for you, which you inject in over an hour constantly. And then you can leave that hydrogen peroxide in the system overnight and flush it out the following day. In some instances where you maybe have more algae or slime in your system, we can look at chlorination. But most importantly, it's best to know what causes your dripper before you try to do any chemical treatments to clean that system. And we at Netafim have all the knowledge and we can assist you. So when you start finding any issues in your system, you can contact us and we can help you to get the right treatment for your specific problem.
60 years of knowledge and research, that is very clear. Happy 60th birthday to Netafim in 2025. And joining me today was Jovan Erasmus, agronomist for Netafim in the North.